All right, we have bought a new house, but I think it's time that we kind of do a few of the jobs on the side. But first, let's see what Mom has to say. Hi, sweetie. Having fun on your travels? You really should write us more often. Your dad and I are very curious about what you're up to. Me, for example, I decided to make some changes to the house. But don't worry, your room is exactly the same as the day you left, minus some food I found under your bed. There are some changes in our town, too. Remember this big abandoned house on the beach you left as a child? It's going to be a community center now. So you weren't right when you said everything always stays the same here. Anyway, let us know how you're doing soon. Love you, Mom. All right, so we have one job in Crayfish and we have two jobs in Pinnacove. I think I want to try to take out the Crayfish one and move from there. So it says, my crew is moving here. Hi there. We're a group of video content creators, influencers, if you will, and we got lucky when my uncle offered to rent us this spacious seaside house. He's a sailor and he's rarely ever home, so it isn't in the best of shape, but I'm sure it will be perfect for our needs once it gets fixed, which is where you come in. What do we need? Mostly some cleaning and refreshing the walls. Definitely replacing old furniture. Oh, and unpacking our stuff. My girlfriend Julie will probably leave you some tips about decorating. She knows her way around it. Thanks for helping us. And if you're interested in gaming, technology, fashion, and makeup, or just want to relax sometimes, subscribe to our channels. See you, Alex. Yeah, you gotta appreciate the hustle. Always out there making sure people are subscribing to your channels. I take that moment right now to say, hey, if you haven't, there's that button down below, or if you're on a phone, yeah, it's probably still below. Tap it, click it, whatever you gotta do. Yeah, I had to do it. The timing was perfect. Okay, so my first question is, when can I move in? And my second question is, who's your decorator? Because I want the... Oh wait, I'm your decorator, aren't I? Yeah, anyway, this is like my dream combo of colors, particularly for a beach house. Maybe a little less trash, but overall the whole like kind of minty sky beachy blue green color we've got going on here. I'm a professional color person, can you tell? Totally know my colors. Combined with the white and the like light wood, very much my vibe. I love it. All right, we're gonna pick this up, get it thrown out right away. Why am I going up the stairs? I need to go down the stairs. Well, at least clean up the trash on our way. Yeah, we'll just toss it down there. This will make our lives easier if we don't have to go up and down the steps. I suspect there's things we're selling and throwing out around here. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, gonna have to vacuum those up too, huh? I need a vacuum perk that makes this vacuum more powerful. If I'm gonna be sucking up leaves, I need something that can actually suck up a leaf. Okay, looks like we dealt with this. I'm just gonna go deal with that trash, and then we'll check out the inside. Okay. I mean, a bit darker than I would have expected for a beachy feel, but I can live with it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna guess this is where the majority of the cleaning comes in. What do we need to do in here? Okay, just sell some things and trash and stuff. Doesn't look like we're doing any redecorating. Out here, I suspect, yeah, strong redecorating vibes after we sell everything. Okay, understandable. Kind of like the wallpaper. Do we get to keep the wallpaper? I'm kind of liking that wallpaper. It's cute. Okay, yeah, lots to sell. Okay, and in here... Okay, nothing to do in here. I can live with that. I personally would probably refinish these doors and such. I'm not a big fan of this worn kind of look. It's not my thing. I don't know. Also, not loving the choice of this parquet kind of wall on the lower part, especially with a busy wallpaper. It just feels too busy overall, but if you don't want me to do that room, I'm not going to do that room. Well, I'll put my touch on this room for sure. And this is going to be where the game room kind of stuff comes in, the influencer section, if you will. Okay, this continues upstairs. Yeah. I feel a mess coming on. Okay. Yep, yep. Alright. And how about here? We should be good in here. Okay, and over here, I feel like there can't be much to do here. Oh yeah, just paint and unpack a couple boxes. You know what? I think we'll actually start here. So, the first thing is, I think I better paint first. So, I'm going to buy this paint because I really like this paint. Okay, just the upper part. I can live with that. I will agree with you that it's got to be better than this wallpaper. I'm just going to close the door so I can get around to things a little more easily. I feel like I'm going to have to move furniture to do this. This is not as blue as I expected it to be. It's much paler. But I actually think I like it, but I think I preferred the other blue that I was imagining. Like, when I look at that, it feels bluer. Just a little, but it feels bluer. Alright, I'm gonna move you into here, perhaps, if I can. Just for the moment. So we can do some painting. It's kind of tight quarters for painting, but at least I can work from across the room. And apparently I can paint behind mirrors, which is an impressive skill I wish I possessed in real life. But yes, that looks much nicer, much more, I don't know, welcoming, I guess would be the word I'm looking for. I keep hitting escape instead of tab. Okay, and then I think I need to just kind of rearrange and fix things up a little bit in here as well. I do wish that there was a better way to arrange this room, but honestly, I can't see how else I would. It's got a pretty much restricted floor plan. I would have liked to have put this a little closer to the window, perhaps, so you had some of that natural light to help out when you're putting on your cosmetics, but I guess it'll have to do. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh, of course, you've got Live, Laugh, Love. You know what? We're going to put that there so that we can hide it behind the door a little bit, you know? Maybe less likely to be seen that way. We'll kind of put that there. I hung the picture. That seemed like the most logical place for it. This looks like a laptop, so... you know what? I'm just going to put it over on your bedside table. Because I feel like what we've got going on over here is more of a vanity arrangement. Although we are now getting lamps and such. Okay, this could go over here. And, that's cute. Okay, you have a lamp there. Let's set this... Well, first I'm going to have to set it up here until I move the laptop just a little bit so we've got some room for this. There we go. And then I don't want to snap that to the grid because I want to be able to arrange that a little better. Okay, and I have no idea what that's supposed to be, but I feel like that's the kind of thing you're going to want over here. Yeah, like a jewelry box or something. Let's see. Candles, yep, those go on the tray. Excellent. Yep, figured there'd be more candles. I bet there's going to be a third one. Because it's best to do things in odds. Okay, a random heart. Which feels like it should go there, but what am I supposed to hang this on? Oh, it's just because it's interfering with that. Well, darn. I thought that would actually look kind of cute. Is there a second one? Yes, so we can put that on the other side here. I was apparently drunk while hanging those. We'll ignore the fact that I, like, never drink, so... It's just, yeah. I have no idea how many of these I'm going to have either, so... I'll just go ahead and put that there. Okay, yeah, that was pretty good on thinking that I might have more than one. Okay, now we're gonna just shift all of this into the basket, where I should have been putting it in the first place. Can I stack that? No, you're just gonna not let me stack, huh? I see how it is. Now, you know what? Maybe we've got some out. We'll have the palette over here. We're just gonna toss that into wherever we can squeeze it in. And then I really got to get better about this like placement tool. I feel like I struggle sometimes. Like the dot should be where it's going, right? So like, why does it not go where I'm telling it to? You know what? You can go over here. There you go. We're just gonna pick this whole thing up and scoot it back. And then we're gonna put you right there. Okay? Yeah. It's, you know, maybe not ideal, but I took way too long in this room, and it's like our first room. Okay. Now we've got more things to unbox. And, you want me to fit a whole computer in this room? Alrighty then. So I guess we're selling that and that and that. And we are clearly doing some cleaning. We want to buy the desk. I feel like I would want it by the window. So maybe I can just tuck this out here for the moment. And that there. And then I think I want to put it here. We don't want to be right up against the heater. But because this way you could be sitting here and look out the window. You could if you were straight on as well, but I also need to clean that window. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then I think we'll put this probably next to it. I was tempted to put it on this wall, but I figured you've already got this that you try to get through the doorway with that in the way. Having one on this side would just be plain annoying. So we'll put the office chair kind of over here, and we're good to go. And then we need to unpack some boxes. I bet we're gonna find, yep, computer stuff. Normally I would put that on the ground, but I'm not. Can I get you in there? You know what? We'll just set you up on top. I keep mine on top of my desk, but we have carpet, so I like to keep it on the desk so that it gets better airflow. Okay. And a mouse. You're a lefty, because I decided that today. Okay, and I'll put that up here. Okay, some games. I think stacking's cool. It looks good. It looks neat, and the room is complete. Alright, another room where I suspect we're going to be selling a lot of things and buying a lot of things, and we want to do some wallpaper and paint. Okay, let's start by selling. Kind of clear. Where did you come from? Oh my goodness. What is going on up here? Okay, well, we got that covered. Yeah, this place is a mess. They have a closet also. I have a feeling we're going to turn that into another little computer zone. Oh, we have a mirror. I'm not seeing them. Oh my goodness, it's right in front of me. It's not even a mirror, it's a picture. Okay, lots of stains and windows to clean. I think I'm going to get this other room, get everything out of here that is going to be... I don't even want to ask how that happened. Okay, this room is all cleared out. It doesn't look like we're painting or anything in here, but we are putting in a wardrobe and just kind of a place to get ready. I think I want to put it over here. So we'll tuck that in there. I feel like my sense of direction here is a little weird. Okay, and then a mirror. I think I want to place it here so that you could step outside of the door if you need to step back and really get a good look at how it looks. And then we're going to go ahead and put a rug on the floor, and I think I'm going to put that here. Thinking in the vein of influencers, actually I just discovered that this is a thing. I do not know how I missed this in the million times, oh, I have to actually be in the room. In the million times that I have placed rugs, how did I never notice this? Yeah. I can make custom rugs. Why was I not making custom rugs? It's just craziness. Okay. So we're going to put that there. We kind of provide like a comfortable looking little spot to take a picture. There's not too much going on behind you, so it'd be nice and, you know, clear for any you know, influencer purposes, I guess. Although I think some kind of like to have like a decorative, cute background, and others prefer to keep it very simple so they can show off the outfits. You know, your OOTD. These windows were all disgusting. Like, barely could see through them, kind of disgusting. Like, what happened to these windows? It almost looks like they tried to paint them so that you couldn't see inside. It's that level of dirty. Alright, let's take a look at what we need. Okay, paint and surfaces. I want to take a look at the wallpaper. Okay, they want us to kind of do that to the sides. And then the paint, I bet, is going to be on the opposite walls. I think an entire room of this would have been a little bit suffocating. Now, what I probably might have considered if I were making the design decisions on my own would have been just this wall with this print, and then the trim in like a different color, and then the solid color walls, or do this. I'm not supposed to be doing this wall. Actually, I'm going to do what I want to do, and we're just going to see how they handle it. So I'll show you what I'm thinking is go ahead and do the print, but break it up a bit by putting a solid color down below. I know that they don't always love when I do this, make these decisions, but you know, I have to live with the fact that my name is going on these houses. You know, if someone's showing it off to their friends and, you know, they're like, oh, this is lovely. I don't want them to say, yeah, I had it designed by Naya. She's really good at this, you know? Isn't she? It's beautiful. And they're thinking, uh-huh, sure. It's lovely. So, I'm just trying to find a balance between what the client wants and what I can go to bed at night and feel comfortable with putting my name on. I just now realized that I have a much larger surface area that I can cover at once. How did I not know that? I think technically this is not going to count as completed because of the fact that I'm doing this. I think we'll still be able to pull off the 3 stars, though. Maybe. I'm out of paint. I think also, if I recall, I can kind of trick this by painting the wall and then redoing the paper after, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But I don't know, what do you think? What's better? That I did the 2 walls in paint and the 2 walls in wallpaper and left the border? Or do you like my wallpaper and like wainscoting kind of situation here? Let me know in the comments down below. Alright, we've got a single bed, which interesting choice, I guess, for the bedding. When you have so much color, it seems a bit, I don't know, sad to go with something so bland. I guess on the other hand, maybe it makes some sense because you've put so much color into the room that you want to kind of chill out a little with the other colors, but I don't know, it just feels very sad. I'm going to tuck that right under the window. It seems like almost a perfect fit. And then we need a plant. I kind of want to put it up in the window. Let the poor thing get some light. We actually need 2 of these, so how about 1 to each side? We can still see fully out the window, and the plants get some happy sunlight. Yeah, I kind of like that if you walk in. I mean, curtains would probably be better, but it'll work. This is going to disappear right into this wallpaper, but we're going to go ahead and put it there. And, okay, we need this bookcase. I think we'll tuck it over here, because the other side is the closet. We don't want to block our way into there. The shelf. I think it was meant to go over the desk, but I think I'm going to put it over the bed, kind of extending the headboard effect a little bit. And then we're going to get this lovely chair. This is probably about the only thing in this room I actually like. And I'll rearrange that, possibly. I kind of like things to look a little bit like they are slightly askew sometimes. Okay, I do not love this rug, and I don't know what I want to do with it. So I guess we'll kind of bring it down the center of the room so that you're kind of walking in the door, and then you have your two zones to each side of the rug. I'm just trying to make it make sense. Let's be real, it's actually kind of awful. Alright, I'm betting there's a computer in there somewhere. Okay, we're going to put this on the shelf. Maybe. There we go. I'll get it eventually. Okay, I love that you've coordinated your binders to match your walls. That's lovely. I don't know if... I kind of feel like I want this over here, you know? So you can write out your thoughts about how many bad decisions you've made in this room. Oh my goodness. The decisions just get better and better, don't they? Alright, you can have that right there. Oh, jeez. I'll put this one over here. Okay, they practically disappear in how busy that is. Alright, and a laptop. Right there, and your mouse. You get to be right-handed. I have room for you to be right-handed. Okay, then we're going to put this over here by the bed. So you have some slippers to slip on when you get up. Alright. If we ignore the paint, this is done. We're going to close the door on that and never look at it again. And I think we're going to save downstairs for next time, because I feel like this is a job that I need to make sure that I'm spending plenty of time on and really giving it the attention it deserves. And I think if I have time next time, we'll put on some last final touches to try to make things look a little better than they do, because honestly, it's a little scary up there. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and keep on being perfectly you.